Okay, this is ICS321, and today it's the last day, and somebody asked me if I could continue on with the last assignment and show how to do like the second step and the third step. Does that sound good? Like how you insert? Like if you wanna, here, let me bring it up. I guess I got everything. Assignments. Oh, I gotta share my screen here. Share. Optimize for full. Share. Okay, that's better. And so this last assignment is let's see, last time we made a let's see, did I post up the last one? Some of these recordings I've been messing up, and today is the 5th. Did I post up the 3rd? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So I showed you how to, in more than one, or to check for more, to be able to check all the duties. I didn't do all the duties, but I did a lot of the duties for the first one, which is for a duty, a meeting date, and a member ID. Return if the member is eligible to be assigned to that duty. And the second one is assign a member a duty on a particular meeting date. Okay, and let's look at this overriding rejection mechanism. Okay, so how would we do that? Well, let's go to one that I've done already. Let's see. This is, what do I have in this one? Toastmasters 3. Assignment valid. Yeah, okay, this is my latest assignment valid. It's got a lot of stuff in there. I'm gonna copy this out, copy, and open up my text editor here. And I'm gonna save it as something like, I don't know, what's a good one? Let's see, let's go to the desktop and maybe, what would this look like? This is assignment. Well, that looks that looks okay. All right, because SQL doesn't look very good when I do it. Okay, so this thing checks to see if an assignment is valid, and it's got input of meeting ID, member ID, duty ID, and duty ID, member ID, and meeting ID. All right, so how would we do something like insert, or I mean assign a duty? Okay, so new routine. Oh, okay, so does this sound like a good thing for me to do? Okay, add routine. Is there anybody? All right. I'm going to start. I'm going to close this. Can I duplicate? Not really. I can export. Okay, so see, I'm going to have all these things just like this. I'm going to save as assign. I'm going to call it assign. And I'm going to have these here. And I'm going to say, that's fine. Okay, if the duty is Toastmaster, then I think I'll do this. And I guess I'll do this. Set this checks to see if someone else has already been assigned the duty. Okay, so I'm going to go check if assignment is valid. Check if assignment valid. Okay. And so to do that, I'll go call assignment valid, parentheses, meeting ID, member ID, and duty ID. And the output is going to be val or something. And then I got to do I think that's all I have to do. I've never, I'll confess, I've never called a store procedure from a store procedure before. I just know you can do it. And so I think this is all I have to do. And then I can go if and I left of val 3 equals yes, then I can insert. Yeah. All right, I'll handle the override in a moment, and I'm going to do end if here. And so then I can insert, and to insert, I'm going to go insert into assignments. I guess I haven't really handled speakers, more than one speaker, have I? So I'm going to ignore that for now and assume it's not a speaker. Assume it's something else, so I don't have to deal with more than one. Okay, insert into assignments. Member ID, I can do meeting ID, member ID, duty ID, 0. What is it? No, not that. Multiple, and these can be this order can be different than this order, but when I specify the values, of course, it has to be in the order of the way I specify here. Multiple. Okay, whatever. Values. Meeting ID, member ID, duty ID, 0, whatever. Okay. Okay, and that inserts it in. Okay, now how about the case of override? Okay, so how would you override? Well, you wouldn't override somebody. You wouldn't override if somebody's already assigned this particular duty. You wouldn't override that. You would do a replace, or you would do an update. That's the third one. So if you're going to reassign somebody, you would do this thing here. Okay, but we aren't. We're assigning somebody a duty, and we want to override it if there's some reason other than there's already somebody who's already assigned to it. So in other words, let's say this person is already doing a different duty. You would still, you'd still assign it, or the duty, if the person, if this particular duty required preparation, and the last meeting, this person had a duty that required preparation, that's a case where you might want to override. It's those kinds of things. So we have to look and see. The only case that we would not override is member already assigned. No already assigned. Okay. So how do I figure that out? Well, how about else if let's see, can you do in string? Is there some sort of SQL in string? I could do the tail end of it, but let me see. MySQL in string. Inster. Okay, so you're checking to see if the original string substring. Okay, original string substring. If inster hope this works. Val, original string, substring is already assigned. If in string, it was a return, a number greater than something. Returns the index of the first occurrence of the substring. Okay, great. We'll do that one then. Is greater than 0. Whatever, greater than 0. I was going to say no first. If that's greater than 0, then you also want to do this thing. So you could actually it would be or if override, if override equals override equals 1, and that is less than 0. In other words, it's not there. It can't be there. Yeah, right, less than 0. That's what. Is that what I had? Okay. Let me confirm that here. In string returns the first occurrence of a substring. What happens if it's same as locate? Okay. Okay, great. So 0. Okay, so bar is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how it was 0. Okay, so it starts counting at 1 instead of starting to count at 0. So it's going to be if it's equal to 0. Oops, just 1 equals something. All right. Okay. So and the inputs are going to be. I'm going to put the inputs here. In is going to be member. Is going to be a meeting ID. Let me just meeting ID. In member ID. In duty ID. I should probably have the multiple thing. In mult. I'll just put in mult. And those are all integers. And then there's an override. In override. I guess it can be lowercase. Override. Because it's one word, I guess. Override, and then the output is val again, message. All right, and I believe that is all that it takes. So if duty title is Toastmaster, and then we say, no, we don't say that. We call assignment valid, and we get back a val, and if the left 3 characters of val is yes, then we make the assignment. Else, if override is 1 and the term already assigned is not present, then we make the assignment. And that's all we do. Okay? So let me get rid of everything else except for all right, there's something here for everything so far, whatever. I'll have to fix this later. Okay, so why don't I test this? Okay, test duty Toastmaster, and we check if the assignment is valid, and if it's okay. Let's test this. So I'm going to copy this. Let me save this. Where am I saving it on desktop? Copy, and let me go over and create a new procedure here. And I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to name it assign. And I'm going to say in meeting ID, meeting ID, member ID, duty ID, multiple, and override, and output. Member ID, duty ID, multiple, override, and message. This is a varchar 100 or something large. All right, and let me paste this in. There we go. Let's see what happens. Oh. And if let me get rid of all this to make it easier. Oh, no, that should work. Okay, what's the matter with this? Okay. Unknown variable valid. I have a variable called valid. Where is that? Oh, oh yeah. Oh, message. Okay, got it. Okay. All right, I'm okay with that. Let me change this to valid. Okay, now near line 32. What's line 30? Right, syntax near. Something's wrong with line 32, huh? Okay, boy. Okay, this is the end if for that. I don't really have any of these in there. This, if, else. Oh, I wonder if, oh, I bet you it doesn't. Oh, it's supposed to be like that, I bet. These languages mixed up. It's one or the other. Else if. All right. All right, so that means that now this should work. Yeah. Just making sure here. Yes, okay. All right, so now I should be able to test it. So duty, okay, so I'm gonna assign somebody a Toastmaster. Let me go back to let's see, I had some other code that helped me. It was probably in, no. Here we go, this one. Let me use this code here. And go here, and here, and here. Okay, so, all right, I've got Richard Sullivan here, and he's Toastmaster, and I'm gonna try to assign, okay, first I'm gonna assign Wendy McAllister Toastmaster for meeting 1103. Meeting 1103, duty ID number 2. So to do that, it would be call assign 1103, comma, what was Wendy again? She was 17, and the duty is 2. 17, and the duty is 2, and the multiple is 0. I gotta figure out how to do that, or somebody in your group needs to. And then there's an override, and I'll make that 0, and then we'll get some value out, I think, and select val. Okay, let's see if this assigns somebody. Well, let's look at the assignments. Oh, look. Oh, it worked. Hey. All right, so you can call the stored procedure. Oh, I got to test it more to see if this really works. I mean, it might just ignore that whole field. And okay, so I have to try one that it should fail, or it should fail. Well, I should just be able to execute the same. If I execute the same thing again, it should fail. So let me try to do that. No, okay. I guess if the member is assigned another duty, you can't assign either. Oh, no, you can. That's right. I've already, oh. No, this should fail because somebody's already assigned Toastmaster. That's why this should fail. Oh, but I didn't do the override. Well, all right. Well, okay, no. Let me try to. All right. Let me try to assign. Okay, let me try to assign Wendy McAllister Toastmaster the meeting right after 1103. So in other words, if you look here, I should order this, shouldn't I? I should order it by meeting ID, then meeting ID, then by duty ID, then by multiple also. All right, so that's a better one. Multiples ambiguous. A. I guess. All right, so now we have meeting 3 down here. Okay, so I'm going to try to assign Wendy McAllister, who now you remember this only looks backwards, it doesn't look forward. But she's gonna, well, no, see, I won't use Wendy. I'll use somebody else that did something. Okay, Travis. I'll try to assign Travis Toastmaster 1102. And he should not be able to be Toastmaster because he was Joke Master just the meeting before. So Travis is 27. So let me try to do, Travis is 27 and 1102. So here I'm assigning Travis Toastmaster and see if this works. I'm gonna just do this. Let's see, okay, no, it should not work. And we see that Travis was not assigned, or no one was assigned that Toastmaster position. Okay, so now let's try the override. Now let's try the override. So I want to do, let me put the semicolon there, and let me put this down here. So I'm going to try the override, make the override be 1. And now let's see what this looks like. Uh-oh. What? Oh, I didn't. When do I? Okay, this is oh, okay, this is oh, I want to try to assign. Oh, okay, it failed for a different reason. Okay, all right. First, let me see if this. Okay, I didn't do this right. Okay, this is 1102. So this is Travis. We're going to try to assign Travis this duty. And it should fail because we're not overriding. And Travis had a duty just the meeting before. Had a duty just the meeting before where he had to prepare. So he should not be able to be assigned Toastmaster. And so let me see what that. Okay, so it says no, and let's see if he was assigned. We look down here and we see Travis was not assigned. There's no 1102 Travis. Okay, so now let's try to override. So I'm going to make this a 1 right here to override. And now let's see what happens. Okay, it still said no, but look, the override took, and he was assigned Toastmaster. Okay, so so that's how that works. Now this should all be in a transaction. This should all be in a transaction because you're going to first see. Let's go over here. What's going to happen is this thing runs, and it calls this, and it's oh, it's fine. I can go ahead and insert, and then this thing starts to execute, and meanwhile somebody else gets in there and goes inserts something, and then this thing executes and it fails. Does that really matter though? I guess it doesn't really matter. In this case, it doesn't matter because yeah. In this case, it wouldn't matter because the only thing you're changing is the insert, and so you might find that that the okay, so if this fails, it's not going to mess anything up. It's going to cause an exception, and you're going to probably want to handle it in some way. But it doesn't really do you any good to enclose this whole thing in a transaction, because it would just, a transaction would roll it back to the way it was before, and it's going to be back the way it was before because the insert didn't work. However, the update does need to be in a transaction. So, okay, so I've shown you what you need to know to do the second one. Why don't I show you what I think you need to know to do the third one, and that is to do the update. That has to be in a transaction. So let's just use this here. Save as update. Update. Okay, so this takes this is going to take somebody wait, let's see what it does. What is it supposed to do again? Replace a member for a duty that was previously assigned to another specified member. Okay, so all right, well, you should also consider if the person you're assigning the duty to, if they were assigned a different duty. So you want to unassign him. If the person was assigned a duty previously, you want to unassign them. And then you want to look to see if anybody's assigned to a duty. Okay, so let's say it's Toastmaster. And let's say you're assigning, Wendy. And let's say Wendy's already assigned to do the inspiration, but you're going to instead assign Wendy to be the Toastmaster. And let's say there's already somebody else that's assigned to be Toastmaster. So what this function should do is it should start a transaction. It should delete. It should delete the Wendy being inspiration, and it should delete the other guy being Toastmaster, and it should insert Wendy being Toastmaster. And all that has to work. All those has to be successful. And if they're all successful, then you say commit, and then it's done. But if it doesn't work, then you want to roll back to where you started from. And the reason that might not work is because, before you started, or sometime in the middle, somebody goes and inserts, before you finish, somebody goes and inserts a new Toastmaster or something, or somebody, doesn't matter if you're deleting, yeah, well, it's possible that you delete the person being Toastmaster. You delete Wendy being inspiration. You delete Rich Sullivan being Toastmaster, and then you insert Wendy being Toastmaster. And it's possible that you delete Rich Sullivan from being Toastmaster, and then somebody else goes and inserts somebody else being Toastmaster before you were able to insert Wendy being Toastmaster, and then that would fail. And I wonder what happens to the. See, does it keep? Well, anyway, let me. I have to think about that a little bit more to be able to explain it to you, but let me write it. Okay, so this is going to be update, and So let's say the input's gonna be meeting ID, member ID, duty, and okay, so all right, so let's the duty is Toastmaster. Okay, first of all, you want to start a transaction. Now, let me now did we have an assignment where we did transactions? Do you recall? Or did we have an assignment that had a stored procedure where I thought we had? Let me. That was this one. What about? I didn't show you anything with a transaction. Okay, let me just try to do this. MySQL transaction example. What does it say for that? Okay. Start transaction, blah, blah, blah. Commit. All right, that's just. All right, so let's, I guess we can do it right at the top. Start transaction. Ooh. Start. Oh, let me go over it. Okay, yeah, I'll do it here. Start transaction. And then if it's Toastmaster. So first of all, you're going to search. All right. Delete from assignments where meeting ID equals meeting ID, and is that a capital D? No. And member ID equals member ID. So that deletes any assignment that this current member that you're trying to reassign is assigned to. And then we can do delete from assignments where meeting ID equals meeting ID, and duty ID, duty ID equals duty ID, and I guess I should do multiple equals multiple. Okay, so then that deletes that deletes anybody who was in that duty. Actually, for Toastmaster, you don't need to do that because there's only going to be one. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. You're not deleting this. No. Oops. Oh, yeah. You are. Duty ID. Okay. So duty ID equals Toastmaster. So that's fine. Yes, that's what you want to put there. And then you want to just assign. I guess you can just call assign meeting ID, member ID, duty ID, multiple, I guess, comma, override. I might as well just put a 1 there for override, and then val. Okay. Commit. So it should be something like this. This will probably work. All right. So let's try it. Okay, so I'm going to save this one too. I'm going to save this again just to make sure. And so let me copy this and go over here and go here and add a new procedure. And I'm going to name it update, or replace, or name it replace maybe. Replace. That's a better name for it. And I've got a meeting ID and a member ID and a duty ID and a multiple and val, I guess, meeting ID. Member ID, duty ID, multiple, and I'll put a valid, I guess. And if we paste this in here, let's see what this does. Okay, it accepted it. And so we have, all right, let's, I guess we can try it. So I'm going to try to reassign John Holman, Toastmaster. Okay, so I'm going to replace Richard Sullivan with John Holman as Toastmaster. All right, let's see if this works. So that would be, let's go back to here. So I might as well just put it here. Call replace 1101. What's John, 8 or something? What was this? John is 8. Toastmasters 2. 8, comma 2, comma 0, comma val. Select val. Okay, so that is going to replace John Holman as Toastmaster. So after this runs, we should see John Holman being Toastmaster, Richard Sullivan not there, and the grammarian will be not assigned. So let me go SQL, clear. Okay. Uh-oh. You have an error in my syntax. Oh, I wonder if I cannot, maybe I can't use the word replace. Anyway, 8, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to change this to replace duty. Now it's called replace duty. And I'll make this replace duty. Okay. Duty ID not defined. Ooh. Anyway, John Holman is the new Toastmaster. I do not see a grammarian. And okay, so how can I make it so I see a grammarian? I should see a grammarian. Oh, from assignments. No, that's not gonna do it, I guess. Anyway, all right, so how's that? So I showed you how to do all of them. And so so I'm still waiting for people to do the last quiz because there's only one person that's asked to be in another group, and then I think few others, just a small number of others, have said who their group members are going to be, and the rest of you haven't said yet. Well, there's still plenty of time. This doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. There's just a lot of stuff. I mean, I'd like you to do all of them. Now, if you do end up not working in a group, you can just do perhaps finishing a set of all the same type. Like we've done the set of well, let me take that back. Let me think about what you what you would do, what you would be expected to do if you don't have a group member. I got to think about, because the division of labor is it'll probably be such that if you're working in a group, one person is going to do certain things. It's possible that you have it where one person does, one, and somebody else does two, and somebody else does three. I mean, that's possible. And in which case, the person that does three is going to depend on two, and the person that does two is going to depend on one. But if you're just working alone, I have to think about the work, how much work it is to finish all of one, or finish for a certain set of duties doing 1, 2, and 3. In fact, maybe you can propose it. So anyway, is there anything else that you'd like me to do? So, this is the last class. There doesn't seem to be any questions out there. So I guess I guess that's it. I guess I'll close it up here, and I'm available via email, and next week, I can come around. I don't have much to do next week. All my work is going to be on the weekend, at the end of finals week, because I do this for all my classes. I let you have your finals week to study for your other finals and do well, and then you have time to come back to my stuff and finish up the semester with a bang on my stuff. But that means that I'm getting assignments in Saturday and Sunday, and which means I'm just jamming on Sunday and Monday, and I got to turn my grades in by 4:30 on Tuesday. So, all right. So if there aren't any other questions, I guess I'll close it up here, and have a good semester. And maybe if I teach 4:15 or something, I might see you. I think that's the only other class I teach. I don't know what they're going to do with that, though. Anyway, okay, so I'll see you and good luck.